Okay, everybody, here we go. Real quick, if by some, of course, turn of events this gets shut off, I'm going to come right back with another live stream, okay? So let's hope we don't get a repeat performance of yesterday. Anyway, people, so here we go. Post market wrap up. Hold on one second here. Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. Lots of fun stuff to talk about. And we're going to have a good freaking time because that's what we always do. Anyway, look, let me just get my head on straight. I got such a disaster around here. Uh, but let's do this. So with regard to the market, we got a couple of things. Well, we don't even have a market. You know that, right? This is some kind of a freak show, which has no bearing on reality. But we finished mixed across the board. We had a loss here for the Nasdaq. Dow did pretty well. S&P 500 did okay. A very volatile day today, up and down and up and down. Gold and silver doing all right, catching a bid here. I know we're all happy about that. We're all happy about this as well, right? Fantastic and beautiful. How about this? Is that fantastic and beautiful? Budget deficit 40% higher than it was a year ago. Now tell Greg Mannarino one more time, because I don't know. Who makes up the difference for the debts and deficits that we're running? Who's more than happy to lend? Oh, yes, it's the Federal Reserve, isn't it? Of course it is. You see, you have to understand, when a central bank, in this case, the Federal Reserve, sees something like this, the members that dwell, the freaking non-human entities that dwell within the halls of the Federal Reserve, they spray themselves, okay? Because they get to create more cash out of nothing. We watch, obviously, them make up the difference. We can't continue to run these kinds of debts and deficits. Some entity out here has got to be making up that difference. Oh, I wonder who it is. People, make this stuff up. Make this stuff up if you could. Now, look, I want to show you a couple of other things here. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. This is the fear and greed index from today. Now, you should be seeing some buying here. We're pinned deep into fear. Generally, when you see that, well, it's a go sign for people to get in here and buy the market. Now we did finish higher again with regard to the S&P 500 fractionally and the Dow. Okay, whatever. What's keeping a cap on this? Are you watching the debt market? We still have a big problem here, people. I can't stress that enough. Now, I want to talk about some economic news and some projections by our own government agencies. Oh yeah, we're making the government bigger. Did you hear about this? We'll talk. Hold that thought, because I thought we were supposed to be making government smaller. Hey, hold on a second. Gregory Mannarino, Greg Mannarino sitting. I have a really good idea. Tell me if you think this even maybe sounds right to you. So we've been hearing about we're going to cut government spending. We're gonna slash it. How do you do that? How about let's take a chainsaw to the government? Let's cut it in half. You want to cut the spending in half? Cut the government in half. But what we're doing, in case you haven't noticed, is we're adding this agency and we're adding another agency. And now today we got the announcement that we're adding yet another agency. Yes, we're making government bigger. And according to this poll that I'm taking over here, 94% of you already know, because it's the truth, that we don't need a bigger government. Bigger government never, invariably never helps we the people. You want to get rid of government spending, you really want to stop this, you cut the government in half, which can be done. Okay, well, let's start with the Federal Reserve. Well, wait a minute. The Federal Reserve, they're not federal. No, they're no more federal than Federal Express. And they have no reserves, but they run the entire show. Why do we get rid of that? There's no talk about that, is there? No, there isn't. But let's make the government bigger. And anyway, we'll talk more about that. So with regard to the information that we got today, their own numbers, producer prices are rising. Inflation continues to rise tomorrow. We're going to get another number, the CPI, and we'll see how that plays out. But I want to read this to you because I want to actually give some kudos here to Reuters. I know I pick on Reuters all the time, but right here, they're actually telling you the truth. And once in a while, the truth sneaks through. So let's talk about this. U.S. producer prices up marginally. Wholesale prices increased in December after shooting up the prior month as well. And they were driven by a 3.5% jump in the prices of energy. Now, food prices accelerated as well in November, did come down 0.01% this last month here. Listen to this. Wholesale egg prices are up 0.5% after surging. Are you ready for this? This is insanity. 55.6% in November. I would call that hyperinflation. So I'm going to give a little kudos here, credit where credit's due, to Reuters for letting us actually know what's going on. Now, let us move forward to some government agencies here. The U.S. Economic Research Department of Agriculture here. In 2024, okay, this is what was predicted, that food prices would continue to rise. Oh, wow, they did. Now they're saying in 2025, this is just ridiculous in my view, their projection for the prices of food in aggregate to rise in this year is just 1.9%. How many of you think that is so disconnected from reality that it's just frankly insane? Yes, there's no way on this earth, off this earth, anywhere else that you're not going to see food prices skyrocket. Now let's move forward to another government agency here, the U.S. Here we go. You see this? U.S. Energy Information Administration. Now you knew about that one, didn't you? U.S. Energy Information Administration projects, listen to this. This is craziness. All right, that residential electricity prices will average, are you ready for this? 16.23 cents per kilowatt hour in 2025, rising to their highest level in 30 years. Now, the price of natural gas will increase. Are you ready? From 2.22 MMBTUs, which we just came out of, to 3.20 MMBTUs in 2025. They're predicting a 44% increase in the price of natural gas. Now, you're not surprised about this because you and I have been talking about this for many, many, many months. Energy prices. And guess what happens? Food and everything else is shipped using energy. So what does that tell us all? That this 1.9% projection with regard to the rising of food prices has no bearing on reality. They're telling you, come on, man. This is just a no-brainer. Now, talking about tomorrow, just real quick, this is what we're going to get tomorrow. So stock investors brace for a possibility of the most important inflation reading in recent memory. Tomorrow, the CPI data for December is going to have investors on edge as they are exposed to surprises in either direction. Like the data is going to be real anyway. You can't make this stuff up. You can't do it. But I'm going to tell you here and now what you already know. That we are going to see the prices rise across the board. Why? Dollar devaluation. Now let us talk. How many of you actually know that this exists? The International Trade Administration here in the United States. Do you know what this branch of government does? You probably don't. This branch of government is responsible for collecting foreign revenue and tariffs. But that's not enough. We're going to expand the government. Trump is saying that he's going to create another branch of government on top of the one that already does exactly what this one is supposed to do. Yes, I'm not making it up. This one does exactly, which already exists, is going to do what this one does. But we're making America great again by expanding the government. Isn't that what you want? You want bigger government, right? Why do we need this if we already have this? Can someone here that's smarter than me explain? People, again, you can't make the stuff up that's going on here. You want to really, honestly, you want to cut spending, get rid of half the government we have now, but we're making it bigger. Yes, we are. And that's exactly what it looks like. Well, 6% of you want a bigger government, according to the poll that I'm making. Well, you're getting it here because now we're going to have a redundancy. We have Trump's new, maybe he doesn't even know that this exists. Is it possible that he doesn't know that this exists and he just is making this one up because he thinks it's a great idea because we need a bigger government? No, of course he knows that this exists. Duh. But we're going to have this too. So we're going to have two government agencies. So we're going to combine them and it's going to make us all great. Right? Is that what we're going to do? Anyway, make it up. Make the stuff up. Make any of it up. I dare you. Let's talk you and me. So apparently on the first day of office, here, read this for yourself. Elect Trump is expected to sign pro-crypto executive orders on the first day. Now, this is apparently going to be pro-cryptocurrency legislation. You know what's going on here? Let's deregulate crypto. Let's deregulate the banks. Let's merge it together. And maybe we're going to make that a part of government too. Because that's how we make America really, really great, was by making everything deregulated and we make it all bigger. Because bigger is always better, right? People, look, man, make this stuff up. Make this stuff up. Yeah, I know. Amanda's here. Amanda, we're all happy to see you here. She's just playing with us. She's allowed to play. Let Amanda talk. We like Amanda. Amanda, we like you. I like you. I think we all like you. Anyway, government. Guys and girls, how many of you are surprised? Really, I want to know. You do understand that, this already exists, what Trump is trying to create now. Now, if you were to go to his Twitter page, there's a big thing there why we need to create this part of government, which already exists. But we need to recreate it again. Because governments of the world are going to pay what they owe to us like they have been. Well, then why not just make this stronger? But we're going to create another branch of government because we got to make government bigger, right? Because it's going to benefit all of us, isn't it? Right, Amanda? Amanda knows. Amanda knows. Anyway, guys and girls, look, I'm having fun here, and I hope you are too. The bottom line is this. The bottom line is exactly what you and I have been calling for the longest time here. Unfortunately, we, the people, are going to continue to pay for everything as we have. The middle class always loses. I mean, you think I'm wrong? Go back as far as you want to go here. It's always the rich, the 1% and 2% who get all the wealth. It gets sucked right out of you, right up to the 1% and 2%. And in this case, running massive debts and deficits. We just got, I'll be honest with you. Even me, I did not see that. I did not believe it was going to be 40% higher. Did you? We knew it was going to be higher. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. You ready? It's going to get worse from here. Just so you know. And it's not just here, people. The world economy is really falling apart or being taken apart. This is not an accident. Again, no comedy of errors got us here. But again, let's make government bigger because let's just make it bigger. We already have a part of government that's supposed to collect tariffs and foreign revenue, but Trump wants to make a new one because he thinks it's too stupid to know that we already have it. Oh, well, maybe he doesn't know. Which do you do? Let's take a vote. Does Trump know that there's already an administration in place, part of government that's supposed to do exactly what he's saying the new part of government that he's going to make even bigger does? Do you think he knows about it? Of course he knows about it. But he thinks you don't know about it. And that bothers me because he thinks you're stupid. And I hate that. Exactly, Steve. Trump knows all things and everything knows him. Jeffrey, thank you. Yay! Good to see you here. Anyway, guys and girls, is there anything in particular before we get out of here? Unfortunately, this video, I got to cut it a little short today. Why? Believe it or not, I got band practice. Yes, I'm going to be slinging my Les Paul back here. And I got to make it over. I got, 3 houses I got to walk. I got to carry my amp. I got an amp over here. Yeah, I got my little Line 6 over there, and I'm going to be jamming, and I'm excited about it anyway. The 446 pack or the 426 Hemi? It's a no-brainer here, man. It's the 426 Hemi, the elephant motor. You know that. Anyway, post it. You remember I posted a jam recently? My friend's wife took a little picture of us, a video of us doing rock and roll all night. I forgot where I posted that. Anyway. Detroit Rock City. We're actually doing a couple of Kiss songs. We're doing Lick It Up. We're doing Rock and Roll All Night. I don't know if we're doing any other ones. Anyway, it's a fun little thing we got going on. Anyway, guys and girls, look, man. Let's just go back real quick to the situation that we have. We're making government bigger. We're not cutting it. Okay. I know there's a lot of talk about getting rid of the IRS. Sounds great on paper. We've been hearing about it for 1,000 years, but we're adding this external. You can't make it up. You take the Internal Revenue Service, and now we're making it an external revenue service here. Or that's what it's being called here. Trump's calling it he's calling it the External Revenue Service to collect tariffs and foreign revenue. Meanwhile, we already have the International Trade Administration, government agency, which does exactly the same thing. But let's make government bigger, of course, right? Flash News Alert. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. My thoughts on BRICS. What are they trying to do? Look, despite the fact that Trump threatened the BRICS, he said, you better not circumvent the dollar. You better stay in that freaking dollar. They're laughing, of course. And more nations are joining the BRICS alliance here. It's a nice setup here. And this is a big I'll tell you something. The BRICS alliance here, and the reason why we're being accelerated into this crypto system, which I don't know in here, not a single one of you voted for. No, you wanted, and then we are expecting executive orders on day one to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. You know how we could really win? Let me tell you something here. All these tales and all of these stories, we could fix it all and we could end the Federal Reserve at the same time. You know how we would do that? Why is no one talking about it? Return to a constitutional money system. The fact of the matter is, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, XRP, all that, I love of it. You know I do. Okay, but what we're seeing now, I don't think any of us really wanted to see. I would again, want to go back to a constitutional money system. We could fix the entire system by doing that, but we're not going there. We're being thrust into the crypto system, deregulating the banks and making it easier for them to implement the tokenized system. I have a small position in JEPQ. You know that. I'm 90% out of all of it. Look, man, we'll see. The markets all right now, this is actually a good question here, Lance. All right. The markets right now are 100% dependent on more easy money. That's all it is. And the fact that we just ran this enormous deficit gives the Fed a chance to create more currency and they get stronger. You understand? It's a terrible thing to see, honestly. But everything depends on what central banks are going to do collectively. This sell-off in the debt market is a problem. But it's something that you and I have been ready for. We've been talking about for forever. Are they ready to let the system come apart? I don't know. But look, we know what they want. They want to bring us to our knees. All right. In my opinion, and this has nothing to do with Amanda's TDS thing here. Trump is here for two reasons. One, to bridge the system, to help bridge the system into the crypto system. It started before the presidential selection, okay? It really got going, started then, it's moving forward now, and we got, 7 or 8 days here before he signs executive orders with regard to cryptocurrency. This is the bridge that's being built to the new system. Number two, we all know the economy is coming apart. We don't need any proof of that. It's in our freaking face. It's going to come apart faster. Trump already promised you during the campaign lower rates, which is exactly what the Fed wants. Every central bank foams at the mouth, drools, sprays their shorts, whatever, about the prospect of lower rates because it allows them to inflate. Trump was put in here. He's a proponent of negative rates. We know this. He doesn't hide it. From the last time he was president, we know that. You're going to see what's going to happen here. As the economy comes apart faster, he's going to call on the Fed to cut rates, which means currency pushes to power destruction. And we're already being told by all these already existing government agencies like this one, that prices are going to continue to rise. They're not going to stop. Period. The freaking end. It's not going to stop. Anyway, Trump wants $1 million Bitcoin. What Trump wants, okay, Bitcoin is probably going to 1 million anyway, okay? His son did predict it would go to 1 million, okay? And you think that's going to benefit you or the United States? Really? You think we're going to pay off the debt? No. We can't pay that. Even if it just ain't going to happen. At face value, what are we at? 37 trillion? 37 trillion? It's not getting paid back. And again, you want to end the Fed. You can do it in a nanosecond. Just stop them from issuing a single dollar of debt or go back to a constitutional money system. Imagine if on day one, Trump would sign an executive order putting us back on a constitutional money system. The Federal Reserve, they wouldn't know what to do with themselves. They would probably half of them would immediately go into sudden cardiac arrest. You understand? But instead of that, we're being pulled further and further away from that. We could fix it all if we went back into a constitutional money system here. Ain't happening. Sorry. So just get used to it. Anyway, it's just out of control, people. Yes, you're right. And that world debt over 300 trillion at face value. Crooked finger, right? If you add in derivatives and it's in the quadrillions, it's just completely out of control. Who owns the debt? I'll tell you who's responsible for it. You are. Oh yeah, it's on your back and you're paying for it via currency devaluation. But you're not supposed to know that either. Ooh, no. And they're going to continue to inflate and create currency out of nothing. You all know that. Anyway, so what's happening on July 4th? Nothing. Unfortunately, you already know that. I reached out to very few YouTubers out here wanted to back this up. And I reached out to everyone. Some I haven't even heard back from. They don't want to. Look, man, there is a certain amount of risk being on the radar of an institution that runs everything. I'm talking about the Federal Reserve, which is not federal and has no reserves and is not even part of the freaking government. Anyway, man, just real quick, being that this already exists here, why do we need this? Is Trump going to get rid of this? Either the guy doesn't know that this already exists or he thinks you're stupid. Which one is it? I don't know. Exactly. Buy Bitcoin, people. This guy's been telling you to buy cryptocurrencies for so long. I don't even know what to say about it anymore. I personally believe, I think everybody should have some exposure to cryptocurrencies. Obviously, you need to be loading up on gold and silver. I was on today with John Dowling. We had a very nice talk about gold and silver and crypto and stuff. In fact, with the talk, it'll be out tomorrow. I'll share it with all of you. We covered over a lot of stuff, honestly. We try to be safe for the going to during collapse. I don't think anything is going to be completely safe during a collapse here of the system. First of all, look, the system is collapsing. Everyone says, where's the collapse? These kind of people are blind. What they do is they look at the stock market. Yes, the stock market remains pretty close to records. Yo, mammy, thank you. Exactly. The only real safe haven is to have something in your hands here, okay? And even then, I believe there's going to be pandemonium in the streets here because it's not about the markets. You guys and girls, I don't know how many times Greg likes to lie about PDJT, President Donald J. Trump. What am I lying about? Amanda, this is true. You don't believe that this is true? We're talking to Amanda here, and this organization does the same thing. Is this a lie? Amanda's just goofing. I know she is, because no one can be that stupid. We're goofing back and forth, right? Anyway, look, man. The bottom line is the markets aren't real. There's no price discovery mechanism here at all. It's all built on the back of skyrocketing debt. We're pretty much on the same page. All right. It's not going to stop. Deficits, debts, all of this. It's going to balloon faster, which is going to make the Fed stronger. Period. Exactly. It's all politics. There's another one, Jonathan. Absolutely. You got to be some kind of self-sufficient here. When we need each other, all right? We're being systematically destroyed. We're being systematically wiped out. I don't know another way to put this to us all here. The markets used to be fun for me. Now it's become a mode of survival here. If in fact this is the top, do you realize that you and I got out of this market really at the top? If this is really it, it's an incredible thing to do. I knew we would. I mean, and it's the MMRI. I don't even know what the MMRI is right now. I didn't make a printout, but I honestly believe this. It's free to everybody, so I don't gain anything by you looking at it. Link in the description of this video, but I think it's the best risk indicator that's ever been created. Its simplicity is its key. I really think so. Anyway. Guys and girls, before we get out of here, and I really got to kind of end this here, is there anything really important that you guys want to talk about before? It's at 325. Yeah, it's a bad spot to be in, 324.8. This just real quick. Let me just say this. I hear from people every day, and it looks like a lot of you guys and girls and are shorting or getting short this market. I'm not short this market. Okay, I am not short the market here. If I were to short the market, I would tell you. But if you subscribe to my newsletter, free to everybody, link in the description of the video, I put out 3 trading strategies. I outline exactly how to do it. If you were to, let's say if you're neutral to bearish here, how you could capitalize on it. So again, you guys and girls got to, if you haven't yet subscribed to my newsletter, I really try to keep you guys and girls in the know. Honestly, everything that's in this head of mine, I try to let you guys and girls know, so you at least can stay ahead of the curve on all this. Even Amanda, Lava's here. Lava. All right, guys and girls. I think we're kind of done. But anyway, look. Does any of this surprise you? Exploding debts and deficits. This is not going to stop here. Bigger government, even though we have an agency that already does the same thing. How many people even know that? You see, I hate it when politicians think you're stupid and they make an announcement like this because they think you're stupid. This organization does exactly what Trump is saying this external revenue service is going to do. That should bother you, unless, of course, he doesn't know. And I'm not saying he's stupid. It's possible that he doesn't know. Anyway, look, everything that's happening here, you and I really believe, have been way ahead of the curve. How many of you agree with me that instead of adding government agencies, we should be taking a chainsaw to it, cut it in half? You want to cut spending, really? Cut the government in half. You would benefit. I would benefit. But that's not what we're having here. We are going to see government expand and get bigger and larger. It is not shrinking. Any thought to the contrary means that you've bought the lies, unfortunately. And yeah, I know Ron Paul did try. It's unfortunately. Yes, I would love to see the government cut, but it's not going to happen. We're going to see more nonsense, and what they're going to do, all right, whether it's Trump himself or someone else from the administration, they're going to package it up nicely and try to sell it to you because they think you don't know any better, unfortunately. And I think just a no-brainer that we need smaller government. Larger government, and I don't mean just, it never helps the people. It never does. It's just more bureaucracy, more spending, more nonsense. On the same page? All right, guys and girls, we're going to get out of here. Honestly, love you from the heart with all I got. Please comment on this stuff. If you got something out of this video, if I've earned your thumbs up, I really appreciate that. Share this stuff, get it out there, honestly. And I will see you in the morning. And well, that's pretty much it. Me, I am off to band practice. It's gonna be cold. It's literally a garage band. We play in my neighbor. His name is Greg, by the way. We play in his garage. And if I can get a video, I'll put it out for you guys and girls. All right. That's all. People, please take care of yourselves. Please take care of each other. We got this. No drag racing tomorrow, William. I'm sorry. Showtime is closed for the next 2 weeks, but there's a Run What You Brung on the 5th of February, and I'm going to be running the Copo there. I'm excited about that. I'm also going to be running the Copo this Thursday at Bradenton. I got to control these wheel stands. I've been doing a lot of work on the suspension and stuff. Amanda's back. We love you, Amanda. All right, guys and girls. I will see all of you in the morning. All right. That's all.